Ladies and gentlemen,
You may not recognize me first.
Only got one speed. It's fast forward.
Come back.
Does size matter? For Mike Tyson? No. In this issue, we have collected for you the most famous case when Iron Mike knocked out giants.
tragically, Costi Amato passed away.
It's gonna be a fight. Tyson, and you know it. You hit me, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Hi, I'm Mike Tyson, heavyweight champ of the world. Let's talk boxing.
Pull his glasses off. Did you see his eye? His eye was just hanging out his head.
In today's video, we look back at Mike Tyson's infamous fights against 8 giants who couldn't beat Mike Tyson. Let's get right to it.
That didn't work. The boy scared to death. After we had the street fight, the boy scared to death.
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't y'all have a street fight, Mitch?
For the ring, for the street. Thinking the man would do something about it. He wouldn't do nothing. Oh, man, he freaked me out.
Did you know that actually Tyson and Sal are good friends and he comes to the show? He knew, look there. Yeah, it's like Tyson. You see that?
The world media has descended on Las Vegas again.
Say no to drugs.
The only real father figure Mike had ever known was gone.
After Tyson's 10-round decision in favor of James Tillis in 1986, aura of inability from Kid Dynamite got a light hit as 2 heavyweights fought much longer, closer fight than boxing fans and bookmakers expect.
America is run by money. It's run by business. Is run by money. Money first. Money first. Cost was the principle. What was right?
Not at all. If anything, I feel relieved, and I'm confident if I wanted to, I could have knocked them out.
It was Tyson went the distance for the first time, as he had finished his previous 19 opponents within the first 2 or 3 rounds, which gave some other heavyweights an incentive for contenders to win. Teenage Dynamite stopped the hype early and earned the highest possible payday, a non-championship fight.
Gonna give me a fight, I want Mike Tyson. Point blank. Michelle Tyson. He's a mo. I'm gonna knock him out.
Mitch Blood Green was one of the first fighters to use the new age of digital technology video cameras to get his message across for boxing fans.
Feast your eyes on a real heavyweight.
There was no social media in those days, but local news stations and TV sports networks like HBO would air clips during the broadcast to gauge fan reaction.
I ain't no joke. My name is Blood Green, and you heard my fight. Watch my smoke.
It's probably because the audio has been compressed over time, but I can honestly say I have difficulty understanding what Mitch Green is saying. 2 things were obvious: muscle flexing and homophobic slurs. And oddly enough, from what I understand, research shows that was enough to give him a chance at the world's most promising boxing. Gang leader raised on the tough streets, Detroit Mitch Green was a prominent player in New York in the 1970s. By the age of 17, he had witnessed his father die in a bizarre, fast Western-style shootout shortly before he himself was shot twice. Fortunately, not fatal injuries. Green tried to escape the gang by joining the UBA boxing gym in New York. But by this time, his street connections were too pronounced, as he was now hailed as the king of the New York street gangs by the NYPD for his role as a gang leader. In a deadly, bloody gang, things slowly began to change for Mitch. His reputation as a gang leader had been surpassed by a gang leader, talented amateur boxer, a muscular 6'5" big man who had amassed plentiful tournament success, including several New York Bronx Golden Gloves. Green turned pro in 1980 and quickly began racking up wins over journeymen and fringe contenders like Jumbo Cummings, sipping and biding his time. Trevor Berbick became the first man to beat Green in 1985, where Mitch told a good story only about himself by losing a majority decision. Both Tyson and Green were on the verge of the world title, so despite the antics, they were both on a likely collision course. Green's trash talk simply helped generate more interest in the fight, which in turn definitely struck a chord with Tyson, who openly admitted that he hated that ugly mother of effort.
Mike Tyson, traditionally, no robe, no socks. He says it makes him feel like a warrior. Makes him feel like...
Tyson first met Green in May of 1986 at Madison Square Garden. It was Tyson's first fight in a prestigious boxing arena, and also the first to be covered by a major television network. However, the event did not change the traditional robe and socks, free outfit. He was all business and had a personal vendetta to settle with the now not-so-confident Mitch Bleeding Green.
The last fight that we showed you here on it, that he didn't double up.
Everyone has a plan until he gets his mouthguard knocked out of the ring round 1. While Green had all the physical advantages of the Supreme Tyson boxing skills, and speed erased the gap size and weight behind Green first bell slips and fights back, forcing the much bigger man's survival mode. The fight became so routine by the end, the crowd knew they were witnessing something preordained conclusion. Tyson himself seemed his mind was somewhere else as he strangely kissed his trainer Kevin Rooney while he tried to give him intricate strategies and details regarding the fight. Tyson closed the show by trying to count the knockout, but Green's unwillingness to engage allowed him to grab and pin his way to safety, resulting in him losing 9 of the 10 rounds on each overall scorecard.
It was like,
he broke his socket. Broke the eye socket, yeah.
He broke his eye socket.
Yeah. The eye socket. You gotta hit really hard to do some like that.
Deep inside that I was gonna win this fight so easy because of his style. He's a dang tough opponent, and he took some fairly decent shots. But as you know, I won comfortably, and I didn't try for the knockout, and I used a great deal of discipline in there, not knocking him out.
Tyson claimed that he wore Green 10-round distance specifically to punish him for as long as possible, and regardless of whether there was truth or not, Green's personal pride was hurt, and he was willing to do whatever it took to regain a piece of respect among his peers. Aftermath. Green retired from boxing after Tyson lost and returned to the streets to make a living. Selling drugs, he always planned to one day bring Tyson back into the ring. But as his years' inactivity followed, Tyson progressed to one of the most dominant heavyweights of all time, undefeated and undisputedly. The days of fighting remaining contenders, such as Mitch Green, were over. It was only a couple of years after their fight that they would meet again. This time in the Green Element Street, in the early hours of August 23, 1988, Mitch Green learned that Tyson was shopping at a local clothing store close to where he ran the business on the street. Tyson had traveled a fair distance to pick up a luxurious handmade leather jacket. One of his friends at Dapper Dam, while Tyson was relaxing in the store with his entourage, Mitch Green exploded through the door at his own height. Angel Dust demands Tyson either give him a rematch or empty his pockets right now. There on the spot, Tyson, of course not stranger, with a street brawl dragged Mitch Green outside and beat him to the ground several times. Spectators said the fight was short, brutal, and very one-sided. In fact, didn't last more than 15-20 seconds, but it's more than enough for the heavyweight champion to inflict severe damage. There is no footage of the fight, regardless of the clickbait you see on YouTube. But there were many accounts what happened, that everything evened out, all except Green's story, where he claimed
who threw the first punch here.
He did. He sucker punched me because he's with his friends, you know. And when he hit me, and I said I couldn't get a chance to get to him like I wanted because everybody was like pulling me, you know, holding me, like so he could get away from me, so he get away. And he ran from me.
Green was confident Tyson's fight that went mainstream news from around the world would add enough public intrigue to get his rival back ring. But Mitch had already burned his bridges between promoters in the sport with his brutal threats to Don King in past already shadow forbids him ever make serious money in call again after Green's failed attempts to get a rematch with Tyson. He filed a civil suit for $20 million because of injuries he suffered. During their fight, the former gang leader walked away with one small W to match the long list of elves who won the case and are awarded $45,000, close to what he had in his purse during their professional fight in 1986. Green returned to the ring 7 years later, but at that point, he was a shell of his former self and was beaten by a journeyman with a losing record until he hanged him up for good in 2005. As of 2022, Green is still the biggest character in life, but now uses his energy in his love of Christianity. He still has a beef with Tyson, but I think it's fair to say the two have moved on now, and whenever the topic comes up today, they both make fun of their infamous 30-year feud.
Tragically, Costi Amato passed away. The only real father figure Mike had ever known was gone. Cus had surrounded Tyson with everything he'd ever need to carry on. A trusted management team with Jim Jacobs and Bill Caton. A loving trainer in Kevin Rooney, who'd been brought up by Cus himself.
Dear viewers, you have just watched one of the most striking moments at the start of Mike Tyson's career. And this is only the beginning. He mentally destroyed the Giants even before the fight. And we move on Enjoy watching, everyone. 25/1989. Mike Tyson's victorious fighter with the British heavyweights was an extremely powerful boxer with a height of 193 centimeters and a reach of 208 years. He was built like a bodybuilder at the same time. A strong knockout punch with strong blows and rich combat experience, all these factors added to the Briton not a little confidence. And before the fight with Iron Mike, he assured everyone that it would be easy to deal with his visa winner, whose dimensions of 178 centimeters with the same reach of arms, to put it mildly, were not impressive sounds. Gong fight attacks, plans, Mike did not include long to drag out the fight. He was far from the ring and acted extremely straightforwardly and very simple-minded. Made Iron Super Fighter lose skills, in a short time, tasks complexity. Tyson was still just as dangerous, but his mental state left much to be desired. Brew had a chance to hold on, but he simply doubted after 15 seconds from the beginning. Mike knocked his opponent down during the fight, a common occurrence.
Right hand that got him, he was down, he'll have to take the standing 8 count.
Frank saved himself as best he could. The Briton treated the champion with blows to the back of the head for which the referee deducted 1 point from him. At the end of the round, Bruno Nance landed an accurate left hook, and Mike Tyson's legs buckled.
He's in with a both. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly as he attacks.
Big Frankie himself did not believe in what had happened and did not even think to develop the attack. The moment was lost. And with them, the last chance for victory. Bruno tied up the champion and even hit with accurate blows. Leave-up, but the challenger was not going to win today.
All the questions about distractions have been answered as Tyson attacks. Tyson doesn't seem to have that fiery look in his eyes as he lunges for the challenger. Mike catches him with a, and Bruno, if he hopes to win, has got to let that right hand fly. Tyson knows Bruno right now. Bruno, in fact, for the betting public, round 3 is an important round. But Tyson doesn't get frustrated. He's bleeding from the nose. He was down in the very early seconds as Tyson nails him with the uppercut in the world. And people are about hanging on and hitting Mike Tyson. Tyson pummels him with the right hand. Mike trying to set him up with that right hand in close.
Get out! Get on,
Tyson just really pours in like a madman almost. Frank has got to start throwing that right hand. But Tyson doesn't get frustrated. Inside is going to get Tyson on the shot. Man up. He's back on the assault. He tries to just looking to set his man up. Short, crisp shot. It's clear, but he was caught by a shot by Frank Bruno. Tyson. Vicious in such magnificent shape. Big. Tyson attacks with it. Bruno is caught by a right hand and a left hook. The idea that it's a question of time before Mike catches him. Style that Bruno is fighting here.
Mike Tyson was not himself. In the end, the Iron One got tired of such swings, and in the 5th round, he beat the Briton at the ropes. And the referee of that fight put an end to Bruno's suffering.
Right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now. He hits him. Seats about 8,000 or 9,000 in the hill notes out. Bruno has got that time. Tyson trying to attack then. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand, he had taken 8 counts. Instead of letting this guy nail him. Coming from the nose. His eyes are puffy. Punishing not to be saved by the barrel as the big right hand lands. Tyson knows he's got him in big trouble. If he doesn't answer, stop the fight. It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round.
The second fight with the giant Bruno took place 7 years after the first meeting in 1996. The Briton by this time had built up even more muscle, becoming a walking muscle and also the current world champion according to the WBC version. Our hero was after a prison term, so fate for the second time turned to face the British super heavyweight. Mike went out to fight with a broken left hand and a high temperature. This was known in Frank's camp. But he again could not take advantage of the provided circumstances. The champion fought bravely but did not want to win. His actions read despair and hopelessness. And that hot spring of '96, 7 years after their first fight, Mike again beat Frank Bruno.
That's the first one he felt the steam.
Early, you can't fix it, Jim.
It was cooked by Tyson, but Bruno and fall on him it will because Tyson tonight.
Tyson now showing some seem to lift Bruno off his feet. And that's saying something for a 247-pounder.
There was a nice run. What you're going to see is Frank Bruno grab Mike when he comes in like that. Every time. Every time he comes in, he's going to hold it.
In every instance, anytime he gets close to the jab even gets there, you're too apprehensive. On Mike's side, he's not bobbing and weaving like he has anywhere. And rest assured, Tyson's not going to let that alone.
And did not react as badly as he did in the first round. Made everything in.
The cut over to keep it their heads off.
Bruno with the questionable chin.
I'll tell you what, if I was built like Frank Bruno, I wouldn't be afraid of anybody or anything, but Mike Tyson...
Tyson's people wanted to bob and roll, be less of a target.
It didn't seem to do anything, but it was a nice effort.
Coming straight in.
Throw that right hand, he's got his jab into Mike, and throw the right hand into Mike. He can't do that. He can't do it.
And that Bruno doesn't have the foot speed to compete.
Try him to stop.
Yeah, Bill Slayton down the space.
A home run. A home run thrown by Tyson for 12 rounds, I guarantee you.
Oh, a left hook by Mike Tyson, flush on the face of Frank Bruno. Another left. Echoing your words, Bobby.
But he said throw with venom. He meant put himself in a position to win.
Bill Slayton saying, stop holding.
You know, people kept wondering which Mike Tyson's going to be here.
This is what Bruno expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGillian Mathis. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the ropes. And it is all over. It is all over here in round 3. Mike Tyson is champion again.
And that is it, and is that. The Tyson era has begun.
My strongest opponent was Hasera Balta. I hit him with different blows. I hit him in absolutely different ways, in any way I could, and he returned to the fight again and again. This is exactly how Iron Mike described his opponent, in the fight. 1986 Cuban Cosriel Meter boxing long in the professional arena. 22 times emerged victorious and was considered a tough nut to crack, which he proved in the end in the fight with Mike.
Of course, when we talked to Tyson, he said, I don't mean to take it.
Not to try exchange punch for punch. He can't do that. Tyson has developed as a fighter. Left hand. Hands up at all times. It's a shin. Right hand by Mike Tyson is invited. And really did.
So I'm sure that's the thinking of his corner, is if he gets by, he won't even hurt you on the gloves. There's an uppercut by Ribalta. Yeah, because unlike Tillis, he still is not seen, as Larry mentioned, the bigger Greenberg at 227.
But it is difficult to escape from the Iron One by running away alone. In the 10th of the 3 minutes, Tyson carries out a brutal right hook which flies past the target. However, he is the same returns with a left hook which just happened to land right on the jaw. Ribalta, the Cuban, could get up, but the Iron Mike immediately finishes him off. End of the fight.
There's a big right. Ribalta is about to... Another big right hand of Ribalta. It's only a question.
And drop that right hand. Look at that left hand of Ribalta. Watch for a straight right hand.
No question about it. He's not run. He's not just trying to surround. Again, showing its confidence. He actually caught Green, ran from it. He's trying to stay out. Yes, he ran from it until Ribalta's down.
Oh, he seriously hurt this time.
On January 24th, 1986, 19-year-old Tyson met an Irish Tyson named Mike James, who was 15 centimeters taller than our hero. But, as you probably already guessed, the Irishman's size did not help, although James became the first fighter who managed to hold out against Tyson until the 5th round.
He's connecting very well, though.
Fought just 13 days ago for Mike Tyson. This is
immediately come back with a good left hook to the body.
That's Mike Tyson in the black trunks. Figures to be the next heavyweight champion of the world.
This little guy off you.
Here comes Tyson. Battling back right above it.
Are wondering now what happens when this young kid who can punch so hard is going to affect his vision. I think it was open.
3/4 inches. Strong left to Jamison. Like Jamison, very heavy have to disappear, and it has.
Good right hand there.
Tyson very, very dedicated. Mike Tyson takes 2 steps forward. Let's go with a couple of lefts. Now a right, a left. He's got him down.
We do a combination of 5 and 6 punches, but Mike Tyson does it.
Here
he knows how to get him out of there, and he's going about it the right way.
Here he comes. Tyson for young Mike Tyson. Ended here in round number 5.
At this point, what I think he should have been doing from the first book, he just took him.
Jamison wants to continue. Referee Joe Cortez says no. Jamison says he wants to go on, but the referee says it is over here in the 5th round with a
Iron Mike fight with Tyler Biggs with this boxer. Our hero had a long history because even in the amateurs, their paths crossed in the qualifying tournament where Biggs won as a result. He represented America at the Olympic Games and became a gold medalist. Tyson found himself in the shadows and to avenge the losses. The most important thing is the missed Shaw SE of the year, and this time the fight turned out completely differently. Tyson simply interrupted his 2-meter opponent without giving him a single chance. Mike Tyson vs. Sammy Scaffold. But you can call this boxer a closet. After all, his dimensions were many times larger than Tyson's, who was only 19 years old at the time. But, as they say, a big closet falls louder, and this fight only confirmed this saying. Everything ended already in the 1st round. Sammy managed to miss a couple of punches at the very beginning which broke his nose and jelly-feeling blood. He went to finish off his opponent. A left hook from a young monster finally put an end to this confrontation.
Tyson already coming in, got in a short left hook. There's the big left hook, and that rocked Sammy's gap early.
Sure did. It's a right hand. He's going to work. He's taking his time. He's pinpointing his punches. He's not over anxious. That's the first punch he's missed so far.
Look at the legs. Look at where the power comes from when he bends and gets his body into those punches.
You got to watch this one real close.
Blood coming from the nose of Sammy Scaff already. A big left hook got in there. He might have broken his nose already.
That's right. It looks bad.
Scaff is on the run. Blood just pouring down from the nose of Sammy Scaff.
Tyson does not throw wild punches, Sam. That's,
Big left hook. And there is Sam down.
The rest of the
6. The count is 7. This one's over. 9. This one is over.
It's all over. He tried to make it. Sammy Scaff tried to get up.
Crazy fight of Tyson against 195 centimeters Luis Severus, who not only could not do anything against his opponent, but also got beat up after the fight.
Well, first round, and here we go.
First minute, we be very. Mike's only got one speed.
Within seconds, down goes Severus. A left hook by Mike Tyson, and within seconds, Severus is down on the canvas.
I told you the speed is power.
John Coyle steps between, and he continues. Coyle trying to stop it. He said, I'm sorry, he didn't hear.
Even more insane fight, Tyson with psychopath Andrzej Golota representing Poland. Both boxers matched each other in character, so the spectacle was expected to be spectacular. Golota surpassed his opponent in all parameters: weight, height, age, but in one aspect, he was clearly inferior, namely in character, because Tyson needed one punch to break his opponent's entire career.
Бой на этой дистанции на равных с Тайсоном. Иногда он успокаивается.
Okay, no wrestling, no.
И вот вам подтверждение. Казалось бы. Ну что? Нет, пропустил эту атаку.
5 minutes before I come out, my gloves are laced up. I'm breaking my gloves down. I'm pushing the lever in the back of my glove, breaking the middle of the glove so my knuckle could pierce through the leather. I feel my knuckle piercing against the tight leather gloves on the everlast boxing glove. When I come out, I have supreme confidence, but I'm scared to death. I'm totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated, but I'm totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, more confidence.
Самое позорное, что может случиться с боксером, это отказ от